I saw one video by Phil Anderson at Shady Acres Workshop. He had a big crack in his piece and he filled it with sawdust and glue, and he wasn't happy with the results because when he finished it, some of that sawdust took on a dark color and some of it stayed rather light. He said it looked to him like it was particle board. So I'm going to try something here to see if I can get it to work right. I have sawdust. I collect the sawdust and I run it through a coffee grinder and then a sieve to get out the big pieces. So these are very small pieces of the sawdust. I'm going to use some of these. This actually is sawdust mostly from the wood that this came from. And I'm going to try mixing that with some shellac-based India ink. It's called Speedball, that's the brand. I got it from a craft store, Michael's I think it was. But it is shellac based, so it will take us a finish, but you have to be careful how much of this stuff you use. A little bit goes an awful long way, so I'll use a little bit of this, I'll use some of the sawdust and mix them up, and then I will start putting it in the blank until I get it full. And then I will put thin CA in, and we'll see how that looks and works when I finally turn this pen blank. So first thing I'm going to do is put a little bit of the sawdust on this paper plate. That should be more than enough sawdust. And I'll put a little well in the middle. I'm going to mix this the way I mix eggs into semolina flour for pasta. So just going to get a drop, maybe 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and let's start mixing. It's clumping, which might not be a bad thing. Get some more ink here. You can always add the ink, but you're not going to be able to take it out if you get too much and it gets too liquidy. I think I would like a little more ink because I'm still getting some bright spots. I think that's just about done the job. Like I say, this stuff will darken an angel's halo. So let's start putting this stuff into the crack and then tamping it down. I have this homemade tamping tool, which is a small paper clip that I straightened out. And I'll tamp this stuff in, get it as far down the crack as I can. keep adding stuff until I get it all the way up to the top. Now the CA glue. And we let it dry. And see how it is in a bit. I forgot to record the next steps of the blank preparation. After drying all night, the repair mixture shrank somewhat, so I had to make up some more and apply it to make the surface a bit higher than the wood surface. I applied medium CNA glue as the final glue coat. I began the sanding at 60 grit because the India ink reacted with the sawdust and the glue to make a compound much harder than the original wood. To see how this would look in final production, I went through the grits to 240 and then put shellac on the blank. I like how it turned out. This is the pen I created from the blank. It was one of the most complex pen kits I have ever turned, but I think that repair really stands out. I'll show you how I did it in another video. No, I cannot put the hyperlink up for that video right now because I haven't edited it yet. When I told Phil Anderson what I had done here, he said he did his repair as a way to demonstrate that sometimes it is better to leave the defect rather than to try and repair or hide it. And that is true in many cases. However, in this case, if I had left the crack alone, it would have affected the structural integrity of the pen. So, when you have to fix a crack, try this system. You may find you like it. This pen will be a Christmas gift. I'm just not sure who to give it to yet. Better check my naughty list. Santa's Workshop, California Division, out.